What's up, guys? So if you've ever seen this particular, well, map slash world, you know exactly what I'm about to get into. Alright, well I believe that scene was actually from Mega Man, so that was, or based off of Mega Man, so well, you guys ready for this? We're gonna get into one of the worst worlds in Super Meat Boy. Now, Rapture has not, I guess the light world is hard, yes, it's probably the hardest so far, but it's definitely not the hardest light world. The dark world can be debatably be known as the hardest dark world, other than Cotton Alley, of course, which some people may say that's hard. Yeah, it's definitely harder. There's no question. What am I talking about? That freaking world is crazy. It's really ridiculous. But we'll get into that when the time comes. Right now, the developers of this game like to tease you. They're like, oh, look at this really nice and easy warp zone that's going to be totally easy and you're not going to have any problems with it and it's going to be the easiest warp zone you've ever done, right? Well, that is not the case at all. Guys, witness one of the hardest levels in general in Super Meat Boy. Not this particular level itself, but this challenge. I have to do 3 levels, 3 of the hardest warp zone levels, without dying, and by getting the bandage. So one of the levels I have to do twice, which is just stupid, but whatever works, right? So we'll be taking a small little journey through that. I'll go ahead and edit out a little bit. Oh, that was stupid. That was kind of funny, though. I love watching myself make silly deaths, just so I can look back and be like, Darren, that was stupid. Oh yeah, I'm Delicious Darren, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you. Anyway. So, clearly, since this is one of the hardest, it's definitely the hardest warp zone. If we're separating warp zones from character warp zones, the hardest character warp zone is coming up right after this, so don't worry, you won't be waiting for too long to judge it for yourself. Darn it. I personally think that the character warp zone is a little bit harder, but you'll see, it's okay. Well, I'm actually very pumped up. A little bit of off-topic news. I just listened to Final Fantasy VI music for the first time. I was watching some Minecraft videos, and some dude on there was like trying to like show off a challenge that he did and jump maps. And if you know anything about me and my other account, I do love my jump maps. So basically what happened was I was listening to that and I was like, man, this music is amazing. I'm a big rock guy. I was listening to some hard rock music. It was wonderful. So I was like, yeah, pumped up. Time to do a commentary. Trying to run off of this adrenaline rush that I just got. So let's motherfreaking do it. So I'm editing out a little bit. Clearly you can see this is not live right now because I decided that well, first of all, let me go ahead and tell you about this editing program. I bought the HD PVR2 and I'm having to use ArcSoft Studios. I think it's, wait, no, Showbiz, my bad. ArcSoft Showbiz, I think it's called, something like that. Anyway, first of all, we just passed that level, but anyway, this editing program sucks. Like, it is literally making me mad. When I bought my Dazzle a long time ago, I had something to work with called Pinnacle Studios, which, by the way, is also causing me problems, so I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. And Pinnacle Studios is not a bad program. It's not as good as, like, Sony Vegas or anything else you can crack, because, you know, there's no effing way I'm going to buy that. I'm not going to crack it either. I'm not going to, like, hack it or anything like that. Just because my own little personal honor code. Yeah, I know it's silly, but whatever. So ArcSoft Studios sucks. It's horrible. The editing options are horrible, but I'm just making do with what I have. It does provide me with good quality though, so at least I can look pretty. Haha, looking pretty. Let's continue on the second level. This is the most frustrating level. Particularly because you can't just do it once. If you want the bandage. The bandage is all the way at the bottom and you have to unlock it. It's stupid. It's silly. And trust me, I've tried going all the way back up the back way. It doesn't work. That little series of spikes that you saw earlier, that actually keeps you from jumping up the same wall all the way to the top, so it's stupid. And you just saw me die right there, which is massively frustrating. There's a weird hitbox for that spike right there, so sometimes you'll just die for absolutely no reason. It's gonna piss you off. You're gonna be like, I hate Meat Boy, I'm gonna quit it, except you don't. You don't hate Meat Boy, because you love it. It reminds me of P90X, like the guy from Tony, one of the things he says is, I hate it, but I love it. And that's basically how I feel with Super Meat Boy. It's awesome, but there's just some stuff I didn't want to have to deal with. And this and the character warp zone were basically the two things. As you can see just by the video length here, even with editing of the two, like of course I didn't edit it fully, I still show like a series of deaths, but it's whatever. Even with editing of the mini levels that caused me a little bit of issue in Rapture, it still managed to be longer than both of the previous videos, which encompassed 2 light worlds by themselves, bandages and all. Of course, there will be some bandages that I have to go back for, simply because I did not have the character at the time. I wanted it to be like a normal playthrough, a playthrough that a normal person would probably have gone through. Because the very first time I beat the game, I went light world, dark world, light world, dark world, light world, dark world. So I went from easy, hard, easy, hard, easy, hard in every single world, which, when I got to this one, it sucked. Rapture has like I said earlier, one of the worst dark worlds, and honestly, I'm going to be very tempted when I get to it to just straight up, like, use a different character. Splunky. Because Splunky is amazing. I have some incredible times on some of these levels with Splunky on my Delicious Darren account. If you guys would like to check them out, send me a friend request. Maybe you have beaten me. I do not know. I don't know. You're going to have to find out. I may post up sometimes later, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about it right now. This game has first priority. Get it done. Get it 100% scented as well. Now, for the bandage for this third part, they didn't decide to be too cruel. It's really not that bad to get, but this final jump is scary. And I had just done it. I had very, very good luck to get that done on my first run through the third part of that world. Now we just got to go through the normal levels, which aren't too bad. This first level here I died a little bit too much on, but like they aren't too bad. Except for there's going to be another warp zone. And it's by far the worst warp zone in the game, in my opinion. But once it's over, it's over. Even Dark World warp zones will not be even close to as bad. I don't even know if they scaled up the difficulty for Dark World warp zones at all. I don't know if they did for that. I just remember doing them all. They all have that similar pattern of, hey, let's put 2 bandages in every single one of these we do. Every single one. So, just follow the pattern, get both bandages at the same time because I'm YOLOing and being lazy. And then you see me do stuff like here, like I already know the strategy, like I already know it, but my mind is just running off of muscle memory. It's going, it's like, I'm ready to go, let's go, let's do it, get it over with. Go fast. When you have that go fast mentality, sometimes some of the basic, like thought processes just tend to disappear. It turns you into a kind of a zombie. You just run fast, run fast, run fast. That's why on slow parts you see me dying quite a lot, because I'm not actually taking the time to think through some of the things I need to be thinking through. But eventually you'll see me hopefully get a nice little strategy for this. That's what I do. I work on like small strategies at a time and string them all together, finish the level, and then do the next one. That's how it works. I don't calculate out anything too much. Maybe this will be it. Actually, I don't know. I hope so. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I made it on time, but the problem there was I just simply didn't get the A+, which is infuriating. So let's go ahead and edit out a little bit further. That's just annoying to watch, I know. I mean, it's silly that even happened. This will definitely, probably, hopefully, be the time. I'm shooting for it. I'm rooting for it. Let's go. Let's do it, Meat Boy. Yes, perfect. A+. Level 2 time. That's called Evangel. I love looking at the level names. I want to know their motivations for creating some of these. But some of them are very obvious, like I guess Evangel is some kind of I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to guess. Somebody with the knowledge of that please inform. So Ripe Decay, is that what this one was? This level is so interesting. Like, for this, it's not bad on the first run through. But the dark, like I just said earlier, like there was a level that I was thinking of, and this was it. Like this Dark World level caused me so many problems in my first run through of the game. So I just wanted to get it over with Splunky, because he has very interesting abilities. It doesn't make it significantly easy with the dude, but it makes it quick, and quick sometimes is all you need just to continue trying over and over and over again and keep. Let's see, the word in programming would be like if for a programming hack would be let's see, what would we call it? Hard brute force. There we go. You just gotta keep brute force attacking the level sometimes if you want to get through it. And that's just me using programming terms because that just happens to be my major, is computer science and stuff like that. Alright, so this level shouldn't be too bad right now. It's not bad now, but we're just going to continue moving along. That warp zone's over now. It's steadily speeding things up a little bit. Despite that, this level is by far, like I said, alone. You pick any two worlds that I've already done, and Ravnica is longer than those two. And honestly, or not Ravnica, darn it, I keep calling it Ravnica, Rapture. But honestly, like, if you pick 3, it may even be the same way, because I did edit out a lot of footage, and I think the end time was around 1 hour and 20 minutes, I think. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty darn bad. So bam, got the bandage. Now we're gonna be shooting for the A+, which, like I said, as always, this is something I always constantly say, is that the bandage is easy, I mean hard in comparison to A+. A+s are always consistently easier to get. At least for me. Maybe because I'm just a speed demon, even though I know that's not true. I just know it's easier. There's no doubt in my mind that almost everybody will say that. But whatever. This level is interesting. It incorporates fallen keys that you have to get. I think, oh, actually, this is not the first time you have to do that. It's the first time you have to do that for a level up. Like, you saw me do it earlier trying to get keys for warp zones, but never for the progression of a level, which is so interesting to me. How they just incorporate these actual things early on into the game, just if you want the collectibles. But that's just good game design. I'm not saying this game doesn't have good graphics, but it does bring up the question: if you don't have good graphics, which this does, it does have pretty good graphics, and you're gonna have to need to make up for it with good gameplay and an interesting story. So that's what you'll have to work for. If any of you guys in the comments are game designers, I want to talk to you. It doesn't have to be like a great game, like just game designer is a very broad term. I would like to hear what kind of games that you have, what kind of games that you do have made, and some of your ideas and stuff. I want to hopefully make a game sometime, make something interesting with a decent story. I want it to be meaningful to somebody. Sorry there, I got a little bit ahead of myself talking about game design, something that I'm very interested in. Alright, you guys ready for the worst warp zone? Here it is. I don't care how bad it looks to you on that side, you must try it before you judge it. It is annoying as crap. That's one of the things I always used to do. I would look at something, especially like a Halo Reach jump map, which, by the way, I've done a lot of those if you guys don't know me. This is just something I underestimated the first time I saw it, and I was proven wrong. It doesn't matter if any of the individual parts are that bad. It's the string of it all together that sucks. We're going to go ahead and continue editing out a little bit, just to make sure that this video isn't 1 hour and 20 minutes long like it was originally supposed to be. We're down to like 40 something right now, which is crazy, but even still. So eventually you'll get over here, and then that little jump right there, as you'll see in a little bit, that was so frustrating that I died there. But that little jump right there is kind of annoying because you hit the right wall a lot. I will hopefully, I guess maybe be showing you like a string of deaths right here. All kinds of deaths everywhere. Like you touch any of the spikes barely, you'll die. Like I get all the way over here and I die, and I have to start over, and it's a huge, frustrating, like, just thing. It's sad, it's disappointing, it's whatever, you know? And then I just jump and I fall into spikes all over the place. But eventually, like, okay, funny story. The first time I did this, it was already a bad day. Like, I was doing both of the warp zones, both of the hard warp zones on a bad day. So usually I have this aura of patience and this aura of, you know, waiting, and I'm okay, I'll be fine, you know, I can get it eventually. But today, like that day, I just wanted to be over with it. I was like, I hate this level, I'm tired, I'm having a bad day so far, let's get it over with. It was frustrating. And then I got to this part right here. And once I got to this part, I was like, I quit life. I still did it eventually, but it was horrible. This is by far the hardest level to me in the game. Maybe, I think it is. I hated it. I hated it so much. Definitely the hardest warp zone level in the game. Like, the individual level, not even the string of levels. This one is the hardest in the game to me. Of course we're going to be editing out, but even with the edit out, you're going to see so many strings of deaths. Whatever, it's just going to happen. I'm going to get through it anyway. I'm going to fight through it. I have the desire to beat this game and destroy it and get 106% on it. Become a golden god, which is the achievement for getting 100% in the game. But we're gonna go even further than that, which will be awesome. So I die. I get up here. That's really the learning curve. Once you get up at this point right here, you have to get over here, and then things become interesting. And the problem is that you have to like learn how to do what you did at the start backwards. Clearly, I mean, it's clearly just a thing that the developers just love doing throughout the entire game. They love to reuse portions of levels in the same level, like make you have to do everything, learn it inside and out, learn it backwards and forwards. And unfortunately, doing this backwards is a little bit of a learning curve, and unfortunately, even to that, because it's such a learning curve, or high learning curve, you die a lot at the beginning, and once you get to that part, you have to learn all that part over again. So maybe you guys will like this better than me. I just did not like it at all. I hated it. In fact, it was horrible, disgusting. So, just gonna jump over here. I love the kid. I love him. Apart from Meat Boy, the kid is my second favorite character in this game. The kid, like, if you ever looked at the game where he comes from, I Want to Be the Guy, which I did. It's, let's just say that there are people that are trolls in this world. We all know these people. Everybody knows their own particular troll. And the person who made I Want to Be the Guy, he's a prime example of that kind of individual. It's, very, interesting. Because if you watch the game, like, not only is it a difficult platform in the first place, but you have no idea what you're doing, hardly, at the beginning. And you will die to very frustrating things. Some game developers just love doing that. As I have seen myself. But, whatever. Anyway, the kid, he can double jump. He's going to be useful for getting some of our bandages later on. Especially in World 3 and 4. Because those were basically where we needed. I remember one level, at least in Hell, where I needed to double jump. So we will be using him for that. Interesting fact, though, if we had done the Dark World first in World 2 or 3, one of the two, I think it's World 3, yeah, World 3, then we would have unlocked Ogmo. And Ogmo could be used as a substitute for the kid. I honestly have no idea why they have Ogmo and the kid together, because they both do the same thing, except I think the kid's better. So I guess the Ogmo is for the less, like, I'm going to say newbier. That was the word that came to mind. You understand what I'm trying to say. People that don't actually want to take the time to do this particular level, because it is indeed super frustrating. Had to take a massive breath in just to say that word. Gosh. So we're still on this level. It's still taunting me. It's showing me just how much I had to go through it. But once we get to the third one, it's by far the easiest of the three, in my opinion, or the easiest learning curve out of the three. Once you get used to the first level, you can do it. Oh, no, never mind. I am incorrect. The third one of this was definitely easier. I'm thinking of the other warp zone. No. Once you get used to the first one, you're still going to have problems with it, because there's just so many things you can die to. But this third one is just precise jumping. And it's a lot more sane. It keeps you from destroying yourself from the inside out. So that's just that. And, oh, there we go. Finally getting it over with. Then you go straight to these. This is exceptionally intimidating, by the way. Like, there's just a set speed that these things go. But if you look, or if you play, that set speed seems exceptionally intimidating in comparison to the kid's speed. It's like, oh god, these things are going fast. But, there's a tactic, yeah, okay. There's a tactic that I do with this second row. Like, I just try to beat the thing out. Like, I know you can, like, hit the wall and go stuff, but it's actually not too bad to beat it out if you get this first jump right here. I mean, as long as you do it fast enough, you can just beat it out almost every time. Which is fine, you know, that makes things quick. Makes things quick and easy, which is good. Good. There's gonna be, like, a lot of this, too, so I decided to just go ahead and finish editing this out as well, I think, later on, so maybe not. Maybe I just didn't. I don't know. Yep, there we go. Poof! All the way to over here, because I'm a beast. I'm a boss, and I can just jump all over the place, and I'm the kid. I'm a monster. Whatever. So, how's your day? Yeah, guys, how's it going? Well, anyway, right now it's almost close to Christmas, which is awesome. I do not have an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 yet, but I'm hoping that eventually I may get one so I can start enjoying the new power of the new systems. Apparently the specs for the 360 has become very outdated. But whatever, you know, I mean, old consoles are old consoles. The new generation is coming out. All they need now is games. That's by far the most important part to everything. And we are done, thank God, done with the hardest two warp zones in the game. Now I just gotta deal with the hardest levels in the game. I'm not gonna find those anytime soon. We're gonna get to Cotton Alley later, but once I get to the Dark World, that's when I'm gonna really have to start worrying about some of the hardest levels, and that's when the problem's really going to arise at all. Alright. This one's very time, like, there's only so, you can only go so fast on this type of level. Interesting fact, there's a user-created level, which I only know this because I saw somebody else doing it, that has basically that same layout, except without the platform. So you just free fall down the whole time, which is interesting to me. There's a secret bandage right here. You're going to have to make sure you want to get that. Avoid these explodey things. I don't know what they're called. But I'll tell you what they remind me of. Have you guys ever played the incredible game Paper Mario? Or the Thousand Year Door, one of the two. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, to clarify. Those little rock things, the clefts, they hide as rocks and then they show their true form when you get close enough to them. They almost look exactly like this, except these are red. And of course the clefts don't jump, and they have spikes, and yeah, blah blah blah, whatever, details, they don't care, but you get the idea. That's basically the inspiration that I think. Possibly, I don't know if they used inspiration from that, but it wouldn't be a far-fetched idea that they had. Now that we're done with the warp zones, of course, you're going to see this speeding up a little bit. Rapture's still a hard level either way, but it gets a little bit easier. It gets a little bit more bearable once we get past the hard warp zones, as you will see soon. Even the Dark World warp zone is not anywhere near as bad as those other two that we had to deal with, so that's gonna be fun. Alright. Making sure I continue to collect all the bandages along the way. I don't think there's any bandages in the light world of Rapture, which require any extra character. other than Meat Boy. This is a very notable level for the fact that you need speed so bad. If you do not have enough speed for this level, that's gonna happen to you right there, and that does happen to me. I get caught up in that place right there because the timer for that button is very low. There's actually I'll show you, like, there's actually a way you can like skip them falling down. Like, they fall down and you can actually like go under them or over them, one of the two, and make it a lot easier. But it's kind of a hard trick if you're not used to like any kind of setup for it. So I wasn't going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. I don't feel like worrying about it. Like that though, like if I had gotten the correct jump, that would have been a beautiful time, hopefully. We just gotta keep hitting the button and keep trying to dodge the those things until we got it, and we did. That was before they even fell, so that was beautiful, very, very nice. This level is called 10 Horns. Why? I don't know. That makes no sense. Warp Zone. Oh, aren't Meat Boy and Bandage Girl so cute together? It seems they like to shed a lot though, so I don't know how they don't like have meat and bandage all over each other. Maybe together they make an actual human. Who knows? Meat Boy, if you guys do not know, is just a boy without meat, as clarified by the game developers. So I figured it was just a glob of meat put together that like put some eyes on him and somehow came to life artificially. I don't know. That's the impression that I got when I first heard of Meat Boy, but apparently it's not so. He's an actual boy with that has been squarified. He's very squarified. I don't think he has organs. I don't see them when all the meat's flying over everywhere. And he just made a meat. He explodes meat too. He's just meat. That's it. I mean, surprise, Super Meat Boy. Interesting thing about the area right here. That score never goes up and never goes down. You are at a constant state of 50,000. Doesn't make it for a very competitive scoring system now, does it? Oh well. The point of these warp zones is to get them over with, and people have been frustrated all over the nation as they've tried to dangerously traverse Meat Boy's horribly difficult warp zones. I really gotta get this bandage, so... This is a really beautiful design, though. Like, look at the little pixelated sun. It's really funny. But, like, you're so used to, like, dark, like the hospital and even the salt factory, which looks kind of, well, not dark, but malicious, I guess. Salts everywhere and blah, blah, blah. And then you got hell, then you got Rapture. And then all of a sudden you see this change of scenery. You see this beautiful sunset, you see Meat Boy hugging Bandage Girl. It's a very different feel to the game. It's I mean, this orange layout right here, it's just, like, it makes you realize just how dark Meat Boy actually is, like the game. Because they throw in this, like, scenic route right here. This bandage is interesting. I do not know if it's possible to get if you, like, break those blocks. I am not sure. Actually, of course it is. Yeah, that's not going to be a problem, because there's, like, a little drop down right there that you could have gotten on. So I just do it the quick way to make things easier on me. I'm taking a safe route so that I try not to die here. So let's see if it works for me. Let's go. Oh, God. Okay, so died right at the edge of the level, basically. We're going to try to do that again. Let's get the bandage. Break the blocks. I don't know why I'm breaking the blocks if I'm not going to use them. Let's try it. Uh-oh. See, I tried it, and then I hit my head on the wall, and then I'm like, nope. Safe route. Here we go. Safe route. I believe second time will be the charm. Let's see if it will be. Fall down the hole. And finally, we are done with all of the Lot World Warp Zones, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the last one of those. I have 46 bandages, by the way. That is the count right now. So, let's go for 50. I believe once we get 50, we can unlock a nice little character for us. Interesting fact about this level, once I get the A+, I'll show you. It has a warp zone, but it's also one of the levels, like one of the only level in the game that has both a warp zone and a bandage, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Another interesting fact, like when we in an interview with Edmund McMillan, one of the speedrunners was talking about how there were 2 bandages in one level. and Edmund just basically said that he was tired and must have just missed that one. So the level that has 2 bandages in it is actually a mistake by the developers, to let you guys know. I'm assuming that this one is too, because they've been very consistent with like having either a warp zone or just a bandage in a level and either both. It seems odd that there would be this particular one level in the entire game that has both. So I just naturally assume that that was a mistake. But maybe not. I mean, maybe they intended to like completely throw you off. I wouldn't be surprised. Team Meat is like that. It's really not a far-fetched idea. So now that we're done with that level, let's just go ahead and switch back to Meat Boy for consistency. This level should be fairly easy, no problems, I believe. Nice little stable platform right there that I don't have to worry about. As long as I do good here. Hopefully, like as you see, I can get a little bit ahead of myself, so hopefully I do not mess this up too bad. We're good. Alright, next level, no problems for the rest of our days. Hakuna Matata, okay. I think this is introducing those little ghosty thingies over there. Like, if you guys have ever played Minecraft, I like to call these things ghast, because they remind me of the ghast a lot for some reason. I guess they're kind of different, of course, you know. The ghast are more blockish and shoot fire, and these just run at you, try to eat you to death, but still, it seems that just something gives me that that similarity. Some people will really hate these though. They really suck. My personal least favorite enemy in the game is probably the explodey things that jump and annoy you to death. But ghast / these ghosts are pretty bad too. You can like completely avoid them though, which is interesting. And look at that. Look at where that meat ended right there. I'm pretty sure that should have been a death for me, but I'm not going to complain if the game is willing to help me. If the game is willing to be nice to Delicious Darren, then Delicious Darren will be nice to the game, if you understand what I mean. Because I don't understand what I mean, so I hope you do. Anyway. So these things, I can't remember what they're called. Wormy thingies? Wormy thingies? Yeah, I think wormy thingies is definitely the correct name of these little wormy thingies. Okay, so basically those are actually in The Binding of Isaac. The Team Meat decided to kind of have a bunch of throwbacks to their other games, so they put these things in there. I don't even know if this is their game that they originated from. Who knows? Maybe they originated from the original Meat Boy, the Flash game. Maybe they came from somewhere else. Who knows? I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things or look into it too much, but I was very interested in the indie developers Team Meat because, well, it's just interesting to me to see individual developers like that working together to create a wonderful game like this is. Even if it did cost me like $15, which I was a little bit disappointed with. I was like, wow, that's sad. It actually started off as $10 on release day and then went up from there, so that's not my favorite, but I did have like money left over from jump map challenges that I had done a long time ago, so whatever. So now I finally figured out how to do this. I knew there was a shortcut here, I just didn't realize how to do it. There's like a small little wall jump area that you can get on and finish this up. Bam! Ah, didn't make it. I'm going to make it eventually though. I'm not going to stop until I get that. It makes things a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier. Well, I don't know about easier, but it definitely makes it quicker. And you have plenty of time to collect that little bandage right there and get Meat Girl at the same time, so I would much rather do that than have to do the level twice. Sweet! We're good. The Kingdom! I really like the name of this level. I guess it's called the Kingdom because all of the war items. I guess. I mean, it makes sense to me. Whatever. Gotta use these this missile to explode those blocks over there so I can get past them. Just like right here. I don't even know when they introduced that. I'm assuming in the Salt Factory. That would make sense to me. But if not, then here. So whatever. Alright, jump. Avoid the spike thingies. These things can get annoying later. Everything in this game is built to destroy you, except like home in on you for the most part, except these things. Which these, of course, are very resemblant of Super Mario Bros. 3's cannon things, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Which I really love that game too, by the way. That's a wonderful throwback game. Alright, gonna get Meat Girl. Alright, Meat Boy's Girl. So, here is interesting. Like, you can definitely get that bandage, like, physically touch it with Meat Boy. And I'm just assuming that you can, like, beat the level with the bandage with Meat Boy as well. But as you see, I'm sitting here and trying it over and over again, and I decide that eventually, like, it's a lot better, or it's going to be a lot easier if I try to use kind of an obscure character to get that bandage. As you see, I got almost to the tip of that magnet. See, I got it. You can see me getting the bandage, but it's a whole lot harder to stay on the actual map. So eventually, I decide that this is very deserving of the amazingly underrated character, Alien Hominid. Alien Hominid has a special ability, which I will show you in a little bit. This is interesting level too, because once the key goes like far enough, like that little thing at the top starts shooting at you too, which kind of sucks. But anyway, like he can shoot up. And when he shoots, he actually moves himself up a little bit. So he has like a little bit of a throw, or a little bit of let's see, recoil maybe? I don't know. Or I don't know the right word for it. Something like that. I don't know. But whatever it is, it definitely serves the purpose of making him jump a little bit higher. And that by itself can be used for some very speedy things. Hopefully, let's see if I can like get him to beat the level for me right now. This is a very good position for me to be in. As long as I keep shooting like this, it gets me. I get to control my like area, like my distance from that magnet, like that anti-magnetism thing a lot more. So now I just gotta survive, get the A+, get done with the level, and then continue on. I think we're going to be good here. I think this is going to be it. And yes, we're good. So let's continue on. 2 more levels left. This one's called Wrath. And then we'll be done with one of the harder, well, definitely one of the harder light worlds of the game. I do not believe it's the hardest, though. It's just the fact that the warp zones exist that make this a very frustrating light world. The fact that they exist. It's horrible. So this is the return of the very annoying saws. Those saws are quite stupid. Those missile things are too. Those missile things can get annoying. There's a level in Cotton Alley where they're going to become very prevalent very quickly. You're not going to like them, I'm just going to say. Because if you tried to do it slow, you just wouldn't be able to. I just like basically brute force the level until I get it whenever I see some of these missile things. Never really planned out much. Alright. Got one little saw left, and it killed me right at the end. That's so sad, so disappointing. But it's not going to stop me. We're going to continue along until we beat this level. Just absolutely just beat it. Get it over with. And we're going to continue until we do that. So, get past the missiles here. Blow the hole open for me. Blow that open. Go across here. Okay. I want to show you something. I really, really want to show you this because I saw this in a speed run and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like stuck in it. You see me stuck in it, but if you get stuck in it exactly at the right frame or the right area, then basically you can like go all the way to the top super fast. I killed myself there because I was going so slow and couldn't make it that it was worthless. So I decided, I was like, no, not going to continue trying to do this. It's not even worth the time, to be honest. Not even worth the time. Alright, here we go. Bam. Bam. Go all the way down. Get past the missiles. Go up the disappearing platform? Not platform, the disappearing blocks. Whatever. Alright, finally, Judgment. The last level of this particular light world. I believe this is also where the last warp zone is in the dark world. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. So, what we're going to do, you almost always get this little ghast/ghost to follow you. Like, it's almost always, you're not going to be able to beat it out normally. Normally, as I say. It pretty much follows you, and as you can see, it causes a lot of stress for me, in particular. So basically I decide here, I'm probably like, well, since that thing already caused me such a big time deficit, I might as well just go ahead and try to get this bandage that is horrible. As you can see, look at that thing. It's surrounded by 5 of some of the most annoying enemies in the game. Look at that, 5. 5. It's horrible. Horrible. It's horrible. So what you just saw there was a little bit of editing. I'm going to push forward a little bit. I died a few more times, and it was a problem. So we're going to go for the A+ first, and then we're going to worry about the bandage. Because I actually, for once, I have different strategies to do both. Look at those jukes, though. Look at how beautiful those jukes were. Got the A+ with the ghost right behind me. So once you get the A+, you can do this little trick right here, and you can avoid all 3 Gaths. You can completely take them out of the picture completely, like they're done. You don't have to worry about them anymore. Gone. Just F them. Frick you, stupid ghost. Frick him. Alright, so then you can just speed through the rest of this level. It won't make getting that bandage too much easier, though, but it's definitely a nice help. The bandage just sucks, to be honest. It's very annoying. And right there, the missiles caught me, so that was really sad. Let's go ahead and avoid these ghosts again. Whoop! Right over them. Every time, no worries. Very consistent strategy, actually. It doesn't look like it'd be very consistent, but it's pretty scripted on what they're going to do if you do the right things, so... Alright, here we go. Well, it's not scripted. That's a bad word for what I just said there. Let's get this bandage. All of them are in one area now. This might be my chance. Can I do it? I got the bandage, and I got exploded. Oh, this one sucks. This one, I'm not going to lie to you, this one just sucks. So, let's do it this time. I got the bandage. Alright. Oh my god, and I got caught at the top. So, I'm getting close. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting close. It's just not... making it easy for me, so I might be trying this for a while, just like the other 2 levels, or the other 2 warp zones that I had a problem with earlier. The bandage sucks, it really does, but it's not as bad as some of the others that I'll have to do later, by far. Alright, got the bandage, and then I died. I had a good run there too, I just got scared and was a little wimped out a little bit. Went back, straight back to where I came from. Oh well. Alright, over the deadly, cloud thing down there, whatever that is. I guess it's like a bunch of those little worm thingies put together. I don't know, maybe. You never know. And I made it perfect. Got the last bandage for this light world, which is awesome. Business time, which means I unlocked 10. It also means I have, well, I'll have over half of the bandages for this entire world. We'll get the rest later. Alright, so Larry. Larry is another enemy that you will come to know if you play the Binding of Isaac. He's very common as a first tier boss in the Binding of Isaac. So basically here, as you see, I kind of went through the little saws, and you basically just gotta wait for these guys to jump to their death. That's the boss battle. So hard, so difficult. There is something you do have to worry about, which I didn't realize at first. When they jump, they release a bunch of those little worms, and one of them will always hit you if you do not jump in time. So if this guy will actually behave and jump at the right time, which he just did, as you just saw, those little worms went all over the place and tried to end my life, which I'm not gonna lie, they have before. It's been kind of a problem. So one more time, and that was the boss battle. That was also the world. We have completed it, thank God. I will see you guys next time.